क्यों बदल सकता है आपको? Okay.
Hello, lovely people of crypto, Web3, and blockchain. Welcome back to yet another exciting and interesting live session by Voice of Crypto, where we decode the crypto markets as well as take a look at the top updates from the Web3, blockchain, and crypto space. And today we are going to be taking a look at the larger crypto market cap as well as some of the key cryptocurrencies as well as top altcoins that have showed immense resistance to the market. Without further ado, we will take a deep dive into the market. But before that, a quick disclaimer who's for anyone who's joining for the first time or maybe is new to these sessions. None of what we say in these sessions is financial advice. So make sure that you do your own research. DYOR is the key to success in the crypto market. That said, we will now take a quick look at the top cryptocurrencies, the crypto market cap, which at the time of this session oscillated around the 1.68 trillion US dollar mark, noting a 0.22% increase in the last 1 day or so. Market volumes have maintained above the 50 billion US dollar mark, but during the ETF approval time, we saw the volume skyrocket to over 100 billion and oscillate above 70 billion. So this does show that as compared to those times, now the trade volumes for the larger cryptocurrency market have sort of dwindled, but nonetheless, as compared to Monday, as we head closer to this week's end, we're seeing an uptick in market volumes as well. DeFi volume made 8% of the total crypto market's 24-hour volume, while all the stable coins made 92%, over 92% of the total crypto market's 24-hour volume. Bitcoin dominance has fallen below the 50% level, and we have more often than not spoken about how BTC dominance correlates to a potential altcoin cycle. While that is not something that we're expecting at the moment, nonetheless, with Bitcoin dominance sort of reducing, it does point towards more capital getting invested into altcoins as compared to Bitcoin, which at the moment makes sense looking at the over 7% drop on the weekly for Bitcoin price. We spoke about the buy the rumor, sell the news sort of a scenario where after the ETF approval, once the news was finally live, we saw a lot of long liquidations as well as price dwindling from the almost 49K mark now to the 42.7K US dollar mark. On the daily as well as on the hourly chart, we don't see a lot of price momentum on BTC. On the other hand, Ethereum, which was more or less in terms of price moving in the shadow of Bitcoin for the last couple of quarters, finally managed to make a break. And we can see that clearly in Ethereum's over 10% weekly gains on the daily as well as on the hourly. Not a lot to look forward to for Ethereum price as well. BNB performing decently well with over 1% gains on the daily and over 4% on the weekly. Solana is down by over 4% on the weekly, but a lot of analysts see Solana testing the lower support level and also providing a decent entry for short-term traders to enter Solana trade at the below 95 level. So the 90 to 95 US dollar level could be a decent entry point for short-term traders. XRP again, not a lot of price movement either on the daily or on the weekly. Same goes for Cardano. Cardano, however, has noted quite a bit of downtick in the last 1 week or so, again providing for a decent entry for short-term traders. Avalanche again down by a little over 1% on both daily as well as weekly. Dogecoin is up by 3% on the weekly, but not a lot of movement in the short term. Same goes for Polkadot. Tron has shed 4% of its value throughout today, but has managed to keep the 5% gains on the weekly. Chainlink again shed over 4% today in terms of price, but is managing to keep the 9% gains on the weekly. Toncoin, despite most of the top cryptocurrencies in the 15 by market cap noting a downtick, Toncoin has managed to make close to 2% gains in the last 1 day or so. In terms of activity, not a lot of vibrancy in the cryptocurrency market, which is also evident in the close to 50 billion volumes that we are seeing as of today. Matic, ICP, Shiba Inu, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash all are noting downticks on their daily, as we can clearly see. But most of these altcoins have managed to keep the weekly gains intact, which acts well for their long-term trajectory. However, falling below support levels, key support levels, could again lead to a lot of long liquidations for these altcoins. Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin Cash were two old cryptocurrencies that noted very good price upticks in the last 1 week. Ethereum Cash has still managed to maintain the over 30% gains on the weekly that we're seeing at the moment, but has fallen by over 4%, 4.5% on the daily. We will, of course, take a quick look at the top gainers of the day, which we can see Chili's is leading the scoreboard with over 18% gains on the daily, over 36% on the weekly. Then we have Blur Token with close to 18% gains, Clayton close to 17%, Flare over 16% gains, Beam over 11% gains. We have a new entry in the top 100, which is called Sia Coin SC token, and that has also managed to make over 9% gains on the daily, followed by Say Network. And Say has been one of the best performers in the last quarter. It also managed to make a new all time high. Once again, we can see Say rallying by over 7% on a day to day basis. So, all in all, these few altcoins have managed to make pretty decent gains despite the larger market being a tad bit shaky at the moment. That said, we will of course take a look at ADA's price action, because that is the topic of discussion for today. But before that, some of the top news of the market. One of the biggest news is coming from Solana, where the Solana Mobile is set to sell, where Solana Mobile is set to sell a second crypto smartphone. The successor to Saga will have a new hardware and a cheaper price point, according to sources close to Solana. Arthur Hayes, on the other hand, believes that Bitcoin ETF could bring in billions from TradFi, and ETFs could open up a line of trading avenues centered around arbitrage, options, and financing. This is what Arthur Hayes is commenting on the entire Bitcoin ETF approval scenario. In another news, the stable coin market, as secure as it might seem, isn't as tight as we might think it to be, because just today TUSD lost its $1 peg amid the Binance's FDUSD focus. And analysts say that TUSD might or might not come back to the $1 peg, which we shall be taking a look at, of course, tomorrow in our live session. In another news, Phantom slashed validator staking requirements by 90%. And while this was expected to have some sort of an effect on FTM prices, that largely remained unchanged. That said, Binance Thailand crypto exchange is finally open for trading, which again opens another geography to Binance. Once again, the trading in Thailand on Binance stopped a while back, and now they've reignited efforts in that particular region. If you haven't already joined our Voice of Crypto Telegram announcement group, where you get all the alpha from the crypto Web3 and blockchain space, go ahead and do that. We have left the links to our Telegram announcement channel in the comment section of whichever social media you guys have joined it on. So make sure that you guys join the Telegram announcement group. Just copy paste the link onto your browsers and be a part of the revolution. And if you want detailed updates or analysis around cryptocurrencies, in fact, we'll be talking about ADA, which recently reached new lows, as well as Bitcoin price struggling. But for detailed analysis around all of these cryptocurrencies, go ahead and check out voiceofcrypto.online, which is our website where we do most of the analysis, news, and updates from the Web3 crypto market, and that is the place to be for all the top updates as well as alpha from the space. Diving right back into the price action, we will now take a look at ADA and key price levels to watch out for while dabbling into Cardano's ADA. At the moment, however, we can see there is a dip in terms of volume. 24-hour volumes have fallen by over 17%. It means that not a lot of trading activity is happening for ADA at the moment, despite the fall that we saw for ADA from the zero point 0.6 level earlier this week now to zero point 0.5. So while ADA has shed a lot of price, and this does provide a decent entry for traders, traders clearly are being a little bit more skeptical at the moment, with the larger market not making a lot of moves. On a month basis, we can see Cardano is down by 12%. However, on a weekly, it has still managed to maintain the bare minimum over 2% gains that it made around the 11th of this month. And that's exactly when we also saw ADA price sort of skyrocket from the below zero point 0.5 US dollar mark right up to the zero point 0.6 dollar mark in within a matter of a day. And now again, with ADA reducing in terms of price and price action falling down to the zero point 0.5, it is currently trading right above this 0.52 support level. And as long as ADA is able to sort of oscillate above this price level, we can still expect decent gains. But a fall below the zero point 0.52 level can lead to further losses below the zero point 0.5 mark down to the 0.48 US dollar level. So these, according to me, would be key price levels to watch out for while trading ADA. But at the moment, looking at the trade volumes, it's pretty evident that not a lot of activity is happening, not a lot of enthusiasm for ADA at the moment anyway. But it does seem ripe for gains. And looking at the developer count rising, which we reported about on voiceofcrypto.online in detail, if you haven't had the chance to check it out, go ahead and do that. And we decode how the ADA ecosystem infrastructure is performing at the moment, as well as take a very deep look into the price action. So make sure that you get to that story. And for any other updates, we will be joining you tomorrow. This is it for today. I'll see you tomorrow with fresh updates from the crypto, Web3, blockchain market at the same time, in the same place. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.